Happy Friday, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me all right. And if my cell phone falls, it's just because my stand is a little old and it does not fit the sizes of our new cell phones, which are large. Okay, let's talk about food. Do this to eat less. Last time we talked about family traditions with foods and why we crave certain comfort foods. And it's really connected with our way of we are used to feel certain foods and textures and temperature and foods that our relatives cooked in terms of grandma and mother and all that. Why do I even talk about that? Well, obviously, you probably heard an expression, you are what you eat. 80% of our success and healthy weight management is our nutrition. So it's really important. We all know that. And it seems like, hey, for us busy professionals or busy people, it's just the thing that is not our priority in terms of it's not our intentionality daily. I don't think about food ongoingly like 80% of the day. Anyone here with me? It's like it doesn't, we keep talking about eating better, having better choices and all that, prepping and exercising. We talk about how to be, that we want to be healthy, but we really not that intentional. Why is that? Well, actually, why is that? We're busy. Like, why am I even asking the question where the answer is really obvious? But what do I do about that? Practice this one thing. I think this is really cool. By the way, little tip, what it is going to be. It's stepping into something we're already doing. I want to acknowledge everyone for sending your ways how you connected with comfort foods, emails, messages on Facebook. It's just so fun to read your stories. It's like I get to know you in this new angle of who you are and your history. So thank you so much for that. If you want to hear the content that we talked about last week on food, family, and traditions, I have my notes. Please go to my blog. It's coachingbynadia.com/blog. The last one is actually that. So please review it. And if you don't, here's what we talked about in a very summary. So we talked about what foods are connected with. I'm actually on Friday clothes. I am casual today. This is my business, but this is my homey casual. Well, welcome to my kitchen since we talk about the food. Okay, so we talked about our family traditions, what foods that we love, that we maybe even still consume. Mine is pancakes. I love circle, I love yellow and orange. It's like a sunshine on the plate, and I still love pancakes. It's one of the foods I'm like, if it's a great taste to my taste pancake, I'm gonna eat it. Send me, don't cook the pancakes. Make pancakes for me and invite me, I will eat them. Okay, and then if I know that I am craving and utilizing those comfort foods that don't benefit me, I'm heading into the daily, regularly. If I know that I'm comforting, is this the right word, my body with the foods that it's 80-20 folks still. 80% please favor whole foods, 20% your freedom foods. I actually do less of freedom foods than 20%, but still 100% no one is perfect. It's just doomed to failure if you're gonna do all or none. So, but it's important to favor the whole foods and honoring and loving our body. Somebody asked me on social media, what is the two-way conversation? Body to you, you to the body. So that's what we're going to talk today about. So last week we covered also the steps of start tackling those comfort foods if you know that you're consuming them a little too often. I hope I'm making sense. So step number 1, we talked about what am I craving. Step number 2, just be curious. Why is this specific food is your craving? And what is that food? What are the kind of senses of this food? By the way, we're going to talk about that in our upcoming training. Just send me the message if you want the training. I'm not going to promote it, just mention it. But if you want to join, it's a training for members. But if you would like to join, it's free for everyone who comes live. It's next Friday afternoon. Then the number 2 is why I'm craving these foods. And in fact, I asked the question in the blog post, what is my stress level? Put a mark in here. We're going to talk about that today. And number 3 is practice this sentence. I crave certain foods when I feel certain way because. I think that's that. So I crave this when this happens. Here you go. Because I feel this way. Something like that. So, but you got the process, right? Sometimes I use this question slightly different, but it's still knowing what I crave, why I crave, what I really crave. Okay. And then I talked about the menu of options. And again, this process, I'm going to dive deep into the training. It's an excellent format to tackle your comfort foods, and you can have it as build it as a habit. But today, let's revisit the step is when you're about to eat. We all have to eat, and we're going to eat no matter what. We're going to eat something. The best way to honestly have the control over how you're consuming your food and who you're being when you're consuming your food, folks. It's the non-negotiable habit of being mindful is breathe. I'm not going to talk today about what you eat. I'm going to talk about how and who you're being. So what is the breathing has to do with eating? Some of you may guess, but here is the thing. In our nervous system, our autonomic, I think I said it correctly, nervous system, we have 2 branches. And by the way, I'm going to send that in the email as well. If you're not a part of my email, please join coachingbynadia.com/insights. I'm going to send that this weekend. So 2 branches of autonomic nervous system. Sympathetic, that's fight and flight. That's when I am eating on the go, when I'm stressed, when I'm eating in front of computer, I talk with someone and I eat. It's like, it's feeding my emotional cravings, it's feeding my stress, it's boredom, it's my nervous system is in the flight and fight response. That's actually the easy way to gain some weight and still stay stressed. By the way, when we try to lose weight, like as quick as 5 to 7 days, and we're pushing ourselves, stressing over it, it's also not the best way. Okay. Second branch is relax and digest. It's our parasympathetic system. Relax and digest. And that's the best, where you lift your metabolic power, where your digestion is better, and that's the best way to digest the food no matter what you eat. Of course, it's important what you eat, but it's also so important how you eat and who you're being. It's actually 80% of the success. And how to tap into the parasympathetic system, where it's relax and digest, is to breathe. I love like the concept of prayer before the food. It actually does that as well, where you just slow down, set yourself into what's coming up, which is the meal consumption. Usually we say it's about 10 breaths, about 2 minutes. You don't have time, do 30 seconds, do something. Something is more than nothing. But here is the magic of that. Cortisol is down, higher metabolism, better digestion. Your body, your brain catches that your body is relaxing. Oh, she's relaxing. I need to relax too. So we must be okay. The brain relaxes. You set and reset, and you actually kind of even mentally focused on your food. The worst way to multitask is when you do something else and you just put things in your mouth, you don't even know what you're putting. So that's before you actually put your body into the relaxation state. And also breathe when you eat. It's in between the bites. What happens with that is when you breathe while you eat, you take pauses, you continue your relax and digest body's response. Helps with portion control because you actually chew slower, which is a great way to have a healthy weight. You start enjoying the food. You actually start noticing all the nuances of the food you eat. I talk about the fooditation, focusing on senses. You feel genuinely happier. And your brain also catches that, oh, she's consuming food. You actually feel the meal completion, which is so good and beneficial for that fullness scale where you actually mentally and physically notice that you're full. Now remember, when we do it on the go, when we talk with someone, we just mindlessly eat. You ate a huge plate and you're like, oh, I'm done. I don't even feel full yet. Well, that's because of that. So please breathe. Take a few breaths right before any kind of food goes through your mouth. And breathe while you're eating. It's so good for flipping our fight and flight system into the relax and digest system and helping our body to relax, have peace. That's me helping my physical body. Guess what my body's gonna have back to me? Feeling calm, feeling energized, feeling focused, feeling happier. I genuinely feel happier. That's what this two-way conversation is, for those who asked. So if you if you like to tap into those techniques, in fact, there's 4 steps of how to tackle comfort foods, please join my email. Again, I'm not going to post a link on social media, but I will send it to everyone who is on my list. And to sign up, you can use coachingbynadia.com/insights. If you want to have a personal conversation, I call it a powerful conversation, please feel free to do that. Again, you can just go to my website, coachingbynadia.com/conversation. That easy. And we can tap into that. Normally in the conversation, we discuss what you want, what's working, what's not working, and create a plan for you to move forward. I love those conversations. That's why they're so powerful. Okay. And let me see. Last but not the least, feel free to grab my power journal. My power journal has those habits in it, and you can have your personal coach at your fingertips for the next 90 days if you choose my power journal. All right, before you go, let me know how this conversation resonated with you, and I hope to see you in my email and having a conversation with you as well. And again, if you're in the email, you will see the invitation to find my new comfort foods. Happy Friday, y'all.